Are you ready?
Timer one is ready.
Speaker number 2, Jeremy Duncan. Are you ready?
Ready.
Speaker number 2, Jeremy Duncan. Number 4, Jeremy Duncan. Papa's Rooster Tail. Papa's Rooster Tail, Jeremy Duncan.
Thanks to Papa's rooster tail, its wake, and the ripples it left behind, not only did we have a sight to behold, but quite a story to be told. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, Papa was Philip Welch, who in the words of his daughter, my wife Jenny, was a horse trader, a wheeler and dealer with a loose tongue, second to none. Yes, his fish got bigger and bigger in the telling. He could beg, borrow, steal, and drink with the best of them, which oftentimes got him in trouble with the family and the law, but he made sure you knew he would give you the shirt off his back too. In his prime, before the fall that literally broke his back, Phil was a stock car racer, demolition derby driver, ski instructor, army vet, chimney sweeper, asphalt layer, and dock builder. A knife-making, horse-breaking, trout fishing, deer hunting son of a gun. A lover of Westerns, classic cars, rock and roll music, and motor oil coffee. Thick as mud, baby. His friends called him HB, hog body, which he had tattooed on his right arm because he was short and muscle bound, strong as an ox, with the voice of a bull moose. He enjoyed working on his cars and trucks, and in 2008, he made a trade for a boat, another toy to fix up, fart around in, and share with us kids. To this day, I've never seen anything like it. A mini ski boat about 10 feet long, his custom woodwork all around on the inside. He put in 2 comfy seats from the old blue Blazer. He wired the stereo to rock out to some AC/DC. He put 2 Mr. Horsepower stickers on the back end, and in between those 2 stickers, a rebuilt, jacked up 50 horsepower Evinrude motor. He called it the Rooster Tail. The set and setting of this story is important. It just so happened to be my mother-in-law's 2008 family reunion at Waits Lake in northeastern Washington, where the family took over half the campground all along the water with a view of what was about to take place. Jenny and I were in our late 20s. Our daughter Jackie was 7 years old, and my son Jacob was just 1 month old. Phil brought the rooster tail over to where Jenny and I were standing in the water. He hopped out. Jenny and I hopped in. Our maiden voyage. I took it out a little ways, and I heard Phil yell from shore, "Give her some gas." I did. And we took off like a bat out of hell, as he liked to say. Sent monster waves to shore as we ripped across the lake with a 30-foot rooster tail shooting out our back end. As I circled back around, I eyed the waves coming at us. Turned to Jenny. "Hold on, honey." "What do you mean? You've never driven a boat before." "Yeah, I know. Hold on." She did. And next thing you know, we were floating in the air like a butterfly. And when we hit the water, it stung like a bee. Phil yelled from shore, "Jeremy, throttle it down." I did. And we made it to shore, all in one piece in front of family and friends who were hooting and hollering. But no one had a bigger smile on their face than Phil. Phil was at his best at that reunion, the man he wanted to be, and sober. The husband by Ma's side, who visited with her and her family. The artist who showcased his knives, his guns, his famous potato salad. The father and grandfather who played games with the kids and even changed Jacob's dirty diapers. Indelible memories we all shared, and ones I truly believe sent ripples 4 years down the road that would help redeem a man and transform a family. You see, there's no easy way for me to say it, but in 2012, at a family camp out on his birthday weekend, Phil Once again, had a bit too much to drink, and once again crossed the line, but this time stepped way over the line, especially for Jenny. It was unprovoked, and for us, unforgivable. With no accountability from Phil or an apology, you might say it was the straw that broke the camel's back. And it broke our hearts too. The rift, the divide continued for 2 years through the holidays, the birthdays, kids' events, and even my brother-in-law Sean's wedding. But it was Sean who one day, while throwing hay with Phil, heard what we all wanted to hear. He called us that same day. He said, Phil takes accountability. He hasn't had a drink for 2 years. He cries on the front porch because he misses you guys and he just wants us all to get together again. Those words began to play on our hearts, and soon after took us to a place we never thought possible. We managed to let go of our fear and resentment. We drove to my in-laws, walked up to him on the front porch, his favorite spot with his $1 million view, as he'd like to say, and accepted his apology. In almost an instant, love replaced hate. To this day, I've never felt anything like it. He transformed from wild, unpredictable Phil to a more steady soul, and one who we began to call Papa, the man who we trusted would never cause waves of hurt like that ever again. Honestly, we all changed because we all look back at moments like that reunion in 2008, saw what we lost and what we all wanted again. To live in the wake of stories like the rooster tail and feel the ripples of family ties, not family divides. And just like that, we set up the tents, we strung the hammocks, we gathered around the campfire again. We celebrated the holidays, the birthdays, fired the guns, drew the bows, rode the sleds, burned the brush, chopped and stacked the wood, watched the sunsets, and talked the night away on the front porch together again. Papa HB got behind the wheel of his own vessel. Got behind the wheel of his own vessel, turned it around, faced the wake in the lake we call life, got rocked, managed to hang on to the wheel, right the ship, throttled it down, and drifted to shore where we were all standing, where redemption met forgiveness, where the consummate storyteller with his loose tongue, second to none, wove his last tale and took his last bow. For on December 6, 2022, Papa's motor stopped, but his spirit lives on in the ripples that lap peacefully on the shores of our hearts and minds and shows us all that redemption still exists. And when it occurs, can leave a wake that can change even the most unforgiving of hearts. Thanks to Papa's rooster tail, Madam Toastmaster.